Keep going.
Wake up.
Alice?
Man, don't you hate it when you go for a swim and then all of a sudden you're in a car crash?
Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another.
And don't ever take the car
I
on the
couldn't
diving
remember
board.
how
That's
I
just a
got
bad
there.
idea.
All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Yo, where'd the water go?
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartmann. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Hartman? Wasn't that the guy they mentioned at the diner?
The gas station
Yeah.
was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could
The one
use.
in charge
It
of
looked
the
like a
Anderson
long hike through the
brothers.
forest to get there.
I just realized, like, about the name The Creator's Dilemma, which means he does deal with, like, you know, mostly artists.
Yep.
But I don't think that's the case, right? Let's see, because you got the Anderson brothers, who are musicians,
Mhm.
and then what are the other guys? I know there's a painter.
One's a painter, one's a game designer, one was a singer.
One's a game designer?
Yeah.
The crazy one?
Hello?
Oh wait, no, they're all crazy. What am I talking about?
Okay.
But the guy with the Nightfalls video game, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello? Someone there?
I didn't realize he was the designer.
Yep, that was him. I believe he says some interesting things. I don't know if we'll be able to proc it, but we can very
The
well
loose
try.
sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Okay, so that's our first manuscript. And here's me flicking through them. We're gonna...
Departure by Alan Wake.
I had to start with that one.
The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
So, me and Omar are gonna try our best to try and put up the interesting ones. Because when you collect them, they don't show you what order you collect them in. So,
Yeah. I mean, only if you haven't collected them already, which for me was only the nightmare stuff.
yeah.
Anybody there?
But since we're playing these,
Please! I've been
these
in an
games
accident!
Again, I feel like that's something we should keep in mind, because I did want to show these off, because they're part of the game. I do have a point of contention with the manuscripts, in that...
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the
their
gas
concept
station
is
to find a
interesting,
phone.
but they, I'm not gonna lie, they sort of spoil bits of the game for you.
I feel like that's the point of it, though, right? It's in a way of spoiling, you know, certain parts of the game. You're kind of like building suspense to, well, I know this is coming, but when is it coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of the, there we go.
As if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
So the real reason why I was jumping between those is
I stepped into the gas station's garage.
That was by accident because of the controller. But I tried to. I don't want to spend too much time on the manuscripts because they actually do add to our footage.
Anybody there?
So,
Please,
I tried
I've been
picking
in
the
an
ones that I
accident.
figured would be interesting. That one I wish I saved until later, because the one we read earlier is
Hey,
applicable
you!
for this.
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Carl Stucky.
Pleased
To meet you. Non-refundable
reservation
deposit required. Fair and square.
Hey, Stucky.
where
And a dead body.
Oh, yeah. Did you notice the dead body earlier? Because for some reason I forgot the last couple times.
Yeah, I noticed the dead body. I mean, that's what he takes the axe out of.
Could have sworn that procs would get closer. Also,
Nah.
controller, please.
I mean, it's... Nah, it's okay.
Oh, I will prioritize
Stucky
the nightmare
spat on the
ones.
garage floor and tried to shake the cover
Yeah,
off
I
from his
think
head.
that's all I went through
Ever
too.
since the
Because,
couple
like,
never showed to pick up the
yeah,
keys,
they're
things had
nightmare
been
ones.
fuzzy. Something,
Those are the ones I
a
haven't seen.
feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
Okay. So yeah, Stucky's not doing so great. And
Nah, I don't know. With those kind of hops, I think he's doing fine.
he's not doing great for us, because I'm not. He doesn't seem quite as friendly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shit.
the deposit.
He's just mad that we didn't. Whatchamacallit?
We just booked him
We
from the
didn't pick
diner.
up the keys. Yeah.
Didn't even say hi.
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
More jumps.
During
I need to
your
figure out how to fix that, otherwise I'm just gonna look stupid throughout most of this
Trying.
playthrough.
I'm telling you,
it's
dude.
the latest.
Mouse and keyboard. It's easy.
I'm not doing.
You're already trying to do mouse and keyboard in GTA. You can just use mouse and keyboard in this game.
Because I can aim better in this game than I can in, like, GTA.
One.
That's actually a good point.
You can see the sights and
Yes.
keep those cholesterol.
Great Falls Sheriff Station. How may I help?
Hello? Hello?
Oh no. Guess there's no outgoing calls. We'll be safe in here, right?
This is bad.
Not with that.
Uh-oh. Out we go. I keep getting worried that I'm gonna get carried by that.
Nah. Only if you stay inside.
That's what I was trying not to do. Physics in this game is pretty janky.
There were more of them.
That's true.
It's gonna be
There
real
you go.
bad when I need to like press something.
Yeah. It's okay. Dang, that guy really just ran up into the light.
Like, given the fact that we
My
had
head
to redo
pounded
these,
with a concussion.
I did
I'd never
really
fired
well
a gun outside
in
a
this first
shooting
part.
range,
Like,
and now I just killed
Yeah.
someone or
You
something.
did off
There were no
in the
bodies.
intro.
They just disappeared. If I was
Yeah.
dreaming, it
Well, I
felt
could've
real enough
dodged
to
as
make
well.
me sick.
also, I wanted to highlight this. Another part of this game. There are hidden chests. They give us supplies.
Yeah.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my
Stop
flashlight.
jumping.
Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Oh, thank
I'm
goodness.
always wondering, like, what kind of material did they use in order to, like, make something that glows with the shine of a flashlight.
I believe it's I always assume it's a type of paint that it's not like specifically like. So a flashlight is
The
like
dark forest
focused
was
light,
the
right?
last place I wanted to go. But I
Yeah.
had no
Whereas, like,
choice.
daylight is more,
I
like,
had to get to
diluted.
the gas station.
So like
Where
I
did
assume
they put
it's
that?
Yeah, so I
Like,
assume.
I feel like whatchamacallit, Sunshine is a little more concentrated, or a little stronger than his current flashlight. When you get the upgraded ones, then yeah, maybe still.
There
Whatever, it's a game.
we go. We're not thinking about this too much. Thinking hurts.
So somebody just probably wrote that into existence. It's fine.
It's fine. Helps us out. Also, going off the beaten path because I see this over here. I do that way too much in this episode. And I think this is our
For a
first
long
of the
time,
nightmare.
the dark presence had been weak, sleeping. Nothing but a half-forgotten nightmare or a shadowy flicker in the corner of an eye in the forest at night. Not real enough to properly exist, and yet too evocative to fade away completely. Now it was waking up. The rider like a fly caught in a spider's web, each jerk and kick vibrating the strands that led deep into its lair. It was aware of him now, and it could use him. All he'd need was a little incentive.
Foreshadowing. Or spoilers. Probably spoilers.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, because
It's okay.
we get the manuscripts that detail scenes in this game, and then we get manuscripts that, like, detail, like, descriptions of things. So...
Yeah, stuff that happens like behind the scenes.
Some of which are nice, which some of these nightmare ones
What the
do.
hell was that?
What was that? That's a good question.
Whatever it is, probably not good for us.
The answer
When I saw
is...
the river below, something
not
uncoiled
good.
itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
I remember the devs had like a big use of water in this game, and I don't remember what the exact reason was. I think it was like just a physical representation of like either Alan sinking deeper into like his sulking, or like a similar like his depression or something like that. Because like we're going downward and there's like a lot of rushing water just flowing around us. Yeah, we'll pick that.
Barry took another sip of the
I
heavenly
mean, it's,
coffee.
yeah, it's
He
really
grinned
just
at
to
Rose.
represent like
Surely this was love. Rose
his
gushed on
own
breathlessly. The new one will be a
self-darkness.
masterpiece, I know it. You must tell him not to listen to the trolls in the forums saying departure will never get finished. He should take his time and make it perfect. I can wait.
Rose is so nice.
I remember when people used the word troll.
Yeah, we don't really do that no more.
Oh, no.
Oh. Hello.
I think the people that still use it are older people.
Oh.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark.
I may or may
stalking
not
me.
have used it at some point. Earlier than I would like to admit.
Oh. That's... Okay. Well, anyway.
Okay, there's one last nightmare manuscript that we
I
had to
stepped
read,
into the gas
but I
station's
saved that
garage.
for later for reasons.
It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
That
Oh,
sound.
cool. And you took a picture, too.
Yeah, there's a screenshot button on the controller, which I accidentally hit.
I'm actually surprised that they've activated on the PC.
I have too. I wish it did it though. Gosh, that. I don't think I was too lenient on batteries here because, again, this is a really good run because I knew what to expect. And game's surprisingly lenient with you know, resources in this game.
Maybe this episode.
In this episode, even though it's Nightmare, I was expecting it to be a little tougher for some reason.
Oh man, in episode 2, you'll see. You'll just see.
Oh, goody. Did you learn to dodge though?
Oh yeah, I dodged a lot.
That's good.
I ran away a lot too.
Okay. I'm pretty sure like the viewers will be able to tell the difference of who's who without us telling, but we're gonna announce it.
Oh yeah,
Taken.
my movements
They're
are less
taken.
stiff.
And then we get our name drop for our enemies right there.
They're called the Taken.
Mhm.
Taken by the darkness. Oh, and a jump. There we go.
What's
Dang,
that?
we should have a jump counter, just like off to the side. You know what I'm saying?
We could.
What are we at? Like 12.
I want to say 7. But I'm pretty sure it's 7. I don't know. I didn't count. Someone's probably counting who's watching. I just drop off. I don't think I can take damage off of that. So, and it didn't. I think we're at the halfway point of this episode.
The staircase was broken.
Hello,
I
objective.
had to make my way up some other way.
And then we look at our objective, and then we turn. Goodies. Don't jump. Don't. I was
Nice. Nice. Even though you had just activated something
There was no
earlier.
power.
I
There was bound
hella
to be a
forgot.
generator somewhere at the logging site.
There goes our solution. So we run. And hello, you have guests. A couple things I like to do in this game. I try to line the enemies up so that the beam of light tries to eat away at multiple enemies. It's, you know, conserve your batteries. Although that being said, I am topped off, so I kind of go ham on these things.
Yeah, that's fair. And if you have the resources, then yeah, why not?
And dodge. I can't headshot for the life of me, but I can still aim. Easy peasy. And we still got like 27 bullets and 19 batteries. So. There we go.